Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Piland, and thank you so much for joining us today. Now, as you may have noticed, I got myself a brand new webcam. That's a big plus for me. Now, every video may not always look exactly the same, but you know, we just have to deal with it as best as we can. But at least you'll be able to see me in a sharper picture than ever before, so that's a big plus. Now, there was one story that I heard about recently. This guy dials 911 because he was missing a hamburger for McDonald's. Now, here's the video for that story.
I'm up here at McDonald up here, and I had ordered like 7 burgers, and I went to my vehicle, right, and I came back to tell them that they took a burger from me.
49-year-old Lorenzo Riggins called Albany 911 about 6:30 p.m. from the East Albany McDonald's to say he had been shortchanged a burger.
And I told them they gave me 6 burgers, and they want to give them a burger.
911 officials were not laughing.
It's very important to understand that it is a crime, that anytime you call 911 Communication Center to report something other than an emergency, you're actually breaking the law.
The 911 operator had Riggins stay at the McDonald's.
What kind of vehicle are you in, sir?
I'm in a black Dodge Ram.
We'll get somebody out to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
And an Albany police officer went to the McDonald's and arrested Riggins for violation of emergency 911 telephone, a misdemeanor.
But the more important thing behind this is that when you're tying up a line, somebody who really needs that assistance from maybe an automobile wreck or a heart attack or a house fire, you're actually blocking a line where someone could be calling in.
Riggins spent the night at the Doherty County Jail, and this morning the municipal court judge released him for time served.
I told them they gave me 6 burgers. And they want to give them a burger.
Officials say that's not an emergency, and Riggins should have called the regular Albany police telephone number, not 911.
And the thing about it is that they need to understand is that we have their telephone number and we have their voice recorded, and we will turn it over to the police department and you will be prosecuted.
911 officials say the emergency call line is no laughing matter.
Lorenzo Riggins was hungry when he walked into the East Albany McDonald's last night.
I went in to order 7 McDoubles and 1 chicken and 1 fry.
But after he walked outside, he says he noticed that wasn't what he got.
I left out the store without checking it. But when I got to my truck and I got ready to leave, I looked in the bag and come to find out I didn't have but 6 McDoubles.
Riggins says he took the bag inside and talked to an employee hoping to get his other hamburger. But things didn't turn out so well.
She was like trying to get an attitude with me. Like, then I said, I'm gonna call the police.
And that's what he did.
I'm up here at McDonald up here, and I had ordered like 7 burgers, and I went to my vehicle, right, and I came back to tell them that they took a burger from me.
But that call sent him to jail. When a police officer arrived at the restaurant, Riggins was arrested and charged with violation of emergency 911 telephone.
I called the police and thinking that, you know, everything was all cool, you know, about me calling the police. You know, I ain't know I was misusing 911. No, I ain't never thought that.
Riggins spent the night in jail and bonded out today. He's upset because he says he never got a chance to explain his side of things to police.
I want justice. I want to be treated like a person with respect, and like anybody else would be with respect. But I didn't never know that I was misusing 911.
Riggins also has a message for you.
I would like to say, check your food before you leave. Always be careful when you go buy food anywhere you go.
And if there's a problem, don't call 911.
No, it's really not funny. It's not. The person who was waiting to get a call in to call for an ambulance because of a car wreck is having to wait, possibly.
The charge against Riggins was a misdemeanor. This morning, a municipal court judge dismissed the case, ruling Riggins' night in jail was punishment enough for the call.
And now I want to get to another story that was brought to my attention also. For those who live in New York and Dallas, Time Warner dropped CBS from the lineup, as well as Showtime and the Smithsonian Channel. Now, some people were complaining that they couldn't get CBS unless they switched to an antenna. You know? Which is very understandable, because a lot of people who have cable want to get the channels they paid for. But what happens when it's a satellite company like Dish Network? Well, there are some examples of what you can do if satellite doesn't offer what everything you paid for, but Dish Network came out with an antenna that you can hook up outside, and you can hook it up to an antenna and still get the channels listed on the guide, and you'll still be able to watch it. But as I said, it's an antenna specifically made for the Dish Network receivers, because it's free over the air. And here's the example that I wanted to show you today.
It's an outdoor antenna, and it works very well.
This is what Dish Network subscribers will likely need to continue watching WALB, NBC, and ABC after midnight.
There's some receivers that Dish has that we can actually run the antenna through the receiver, and it will come up on the guide of the receiver.
At midnight, Raycom's contract with Dish expires.
It doesn't look good. As an example, yesterday their negotiators hung up on our legal team for the second time, if that gives you any idea of how poorly it's going.
An agreement has not been reached after 3 months of negotiating.
Every 3 years, every station in the country renegotiates these retransmission consent agreements with every cable system and every satellite company. As an example, we're asking for less than $1 when we know that Dish is paying ESPN $5 per month per subscriber.
WALB Vice President and General Manager Jim Wilcox is urging Dish subscribers to take action by switching providers or accessing WALB for free with an antenna.
The RG6 cable hooks up into here, runs a line straight to your TV set, and picks up your locals.
Buying and installing something like this Batwing or outdoor antenna should allow Dish customers to still receive WALB, NBC, and ABC. Rabbit ears or indoor antennas typically have a 20-mile radius. It all depends on how close you live to the WALB tower in Doran.
It's based on where you live, it's what type of antenna we can put up for you. A lot of customers that call in, we ask them where they live, so we'll know what type of antenna to put up.
Pricing for indoor and outdoor antennas vary, and it could cost hundreds of dollars if you include installation.
And I want to take a moment to thank those at WALB TV for explaining the issue with their TV station. Now, I know it's not related to Time Warner, but I just thought I'd show you what they did with Dish Network so that you can get an idea of what's going on their side of the things. Meanwhile, here in Abilene, Cozy TV is still not available on Sunlink cable and hasn't been for a while. But yet, you can get it over the air on 15-3 or 42-3. That's if you live in Abilene, Texas. Everywhere else, check your local listings for air times and channel. But that's just one of those things. But many others, and I watched a video on YouTube where one woman actually doesn't use cable, but yet she still gets the Hulu Plus as well as Amazon Instant Video. She uses Roku, but many others are hooking up devices that you can hook up to your TV with an HDMI cable or a video input, the same way you would hook up a DVD player or a video console. Others are using the yellow, the red, and the white hookups to actually hook up devices that play video from the internet as well. But the one thing we have to keep in mind is not all devices have YouTube available for those who want to watch YouTube on their TVs. In fact, I haven't recommended watching YouTube on PS3 for a while because the video doesn't come out as sharp as it should. That's why I haven't recommended it. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of the show, and you know, I hope you've enjoyed it.